Yabba
I
dabba
don't recall
doo.
that
Fred
one.
and Barney, Wilma too. I think
I
it
don't
was,
remember that one.
that wasn't the actual song, but that's how we sang it.
It's
It
the one
was
you made up
da
in your
da da
head.
da 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 ba da ba da ba 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 yabba dabba doo, yabba dabba doo. Fred and Barney, Wilma too. I don't know.
And Astro, what about
I don't know why.
Astro?
Oh, well, that was the Jetsons.
Oh, yeah,
Dino.
sorry. Dino.
Dino was the Flintstones. So here we are.
Here we are.
I am having severe menopausal brain fog this week, and that will play into some of the things that we're going to talk about today. But let's get Sharsie Karsie-ing this afternoon.
So,
What are you sharing with me?
first and foremost, I took on quite the task today. I took everything out of my closet, put everything back. I have 3 bags going to Goodwill. I have 2 bags in the trash can. I have about 7,000 hangers.
Now, did you try everything on? Did you try everything on?
I did not. I got
Okay.
rid of the. I only kept the stuff that I wear regularly. If I don't
Okay.
wear it, if I even think it didn't, I got everything.
Because I did that at one point right before we moved. I said, you know what? I'm pulling everything out of the closet. I'm
Yep.
trying everything on. If it still fits, I'm going to keep it, think about it, you know.
Nope.
But
I
yeah,
didn't-
there's some stuff where you're like automatically gone.
I didn't even. I did. There wasn't. If it. I just go. If I hadn't worn it in a year, it's out. It's gone. Goodbye.
Right.
There was a lot. It's a lot. It's a lot. So
So now you can go buy new stuff
I know. Now I have to.
because you have all those hangers.
I do. I have quite the hanger collection. So my I want to talk a little bit about all the crazy flock camera things I've been seeing. So for
Okay.
people who don't know, Flock is a company, and they're putting cameras and their license plate readers, and a lot of police departments are using them to help solve crimes, but everybody's concerned, as you should be, that they're going to be used for nefarious reasons, or they're going to be used to like get proof, but then they'll go backdoor and find the evidence. So they're going to be used kind of illegally it's kind of an illegal search and see. I mean, we're splitting hairs, but like also, look, Big Brother's watching. Let me tell you how I know without telling you how I know. Flock isn't the only camera in town, my friends. I would venture to guess that there are satellites that are taking pictures of all kinds of things. There are the Google Maps trucks that drive through. They're not just telling you where your streets are and how to get somewhere. They're taking all of it in. All of it. The Waymo cars, anything with an actual camera on it, it could be collecting. There's probably things in
It kind of reminds me of like when you use your loyalty card or account at the supermarket.
Yeah.
Or like, you know, these upside apps for tracking your purchases and you get money back. It's like, it's all data. It's all data, marketing, whatever you want to call it. It's information. So yeah.
Yes.
Same with the cameras.
So, I mean, the toothpaste is out of the tube for sure. Like you can get mad at just the Flock, but there's so many more and so much more that I mean,
but do you have an expectation of privacy when you're in public? I mean,
no, but I do feel like there should be an expectation that you're not running my license plate various times of the year just for because you think maybe I might have done something with it's
for no cause.
For no cause, right?
There has to be a cause. There has to be a reason, not just random.
Not just because
random search and seizures.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like we're collecting evidence, and you see my car, and you just don't like my car because it's a 1999, and you want to be able to turn my car off. And so somebody says, "Oh, like go find them all and find a reason to get those cars off the road." Like you could do that.
My dad had a story when we were kids. I remember him telling us that he was on his way home one night on the Parkway, Turnpike, Expressway, whatever we called it back east. And he got pulled over, and literally the cops had a gun to his, they came up to the window with a gun to his head, and he was like, what the? And apparently the license plate number was one digit letter or number off from somebody very criminally, suspect that they were after. And yeah, it was pretty scary. So this was back way before cameras. This was, hey, we're looking at license plates. We're looking for, it's very easy. It was very easy to alter a license plate,
Yeah.
and that's what they were looking at. So
Yeah.
yeah.
I mean, the movie, the Snowden movie, and the actual like documentary, which is like what, 11 years ago, 12, 13, however many years ago. Now just think about how advanced everything has gotten since then. And so then take that movie and times it by bajillion. Like, I
Mm.
don't know, I mean, it's too late. We're in a police state. They can find ways to do, it's,
Well,
wish us
that's
all
why
luck.
call me an ostrich, but I just kind of stick my head in the sand about a lot of that stuff and just go about my business and live my life. You know what? I'm not that exciting. If you want to watch me, go right ahead. Go right
Yeah,
ahead.
it's fine. I
I'm
mean,
not that exciting.
listen, yeah, listen, watch, whatever. I just hope at some point it's not changed around and you come arrest me and you.
Yeah.
I mean, if you did that, there's nothing I do about it at that point. Like,
Mm-hmm.
I don't know
Yeah.
that I'm your target, but somebody wanted to. Anyways,
Oh
it's quite
yeah.
alarming
It's
that
kind of
there
scary to think
is
about.
a lot of data, even if you think there isn't. I'm here to tell
There
you,
is.
there is.
It's all in the cloud. It's all in the cloud.
It's, it's okay,
That
Priscilla.
cloud's gonna rain down hell one day.
Oh man, can you imagine? Can you imagine? What happens when the cloud's full?
My Karsie is it's a little lighter in subject, but so last Sunday, I went to Costco and I was walking by the tire center, and it's all open. They have the little chains across, but the bays are all open. The guys are in there. They got their music playing. This dude pulls up sideways, gets out of his truck. Hey guys, I'm here to get new tires for my wife's car. And they all just look at him
Like,
and they're
you
like,
crackhead.
okay, you'll need to go inside and check in. Oh, do you have an appointment? Well, no. Well, I'm pretty sure we're booked up today.
It's
This is
7:30.
at 10:30 in the
Yeah.
morning on a Sunday. And he just was like,
Bless his
oh,
heart.
oh. I was like, really?
Mm-hmm.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
We don't know that? We don't know that that's how that works at the Costco or pretty much any tire place? I
Yeah.
mean,
I mean,
and chances are they're booked up because you need at least a day or two advance notice, especially on a Sunday, to get in there and get your work done.
maybe he
So
just figured everyone was at church.
I guess, I don't know. Or it was like, hey fellas, hi, how you
Hiya.
doing?
Yeah.
Yeah. I just was like,
About how old was he?
it had to be like probably, you know, late 60s, early
Okay.
70s. Yeah.
Like
Older.
not so old that he shouldn't have known that.
It's
Maybe.
like, this isn't the full service Sunoco of 1957, where you could just cruise on in and, Slim would hook you up.
I'm your Mr. Insert name.
Ding ding, I'm here.
In his,
Remember the little
in
bell?
his, in his
You'd run
white
over the
outfit
thing
with
and be
his
all,
belt
bing,
and
bing.
his name on its
So I
tag.
just had to laugh. I just thought, wow, okay, sure. So today, now this was inspired by, I've seen a lot of some of the accounts I follow on Instagram and TikTok. They do what they call midlife confessions. And the first one I saw was called Dead Dad Confessions. So these two women, their fathers were both deceased, and they were admitting to things that would probably, their fathers would roll over in their graves about, like, hey dad, I left the check engine light on my car on for 6 months. Stuff like
At
that.
least.
So I said, that's a good topic because we've done a lot of stupid stuff and bizarre stuff and past, present, and probably future. So go ahead and let's get rolling on some midlife confessions here.
I mean, I have to be cautious of which ones I confess because sometimes PC does tune in.
Yeah.
And
I don't
this
want
one,
to blow my mom's
no,
hair off her head. So
yeah,
we're gonna be kind of
uh,
we're gonna
yeah. I don't need to.
this will be
Yeah,
PG rated
yes. Well, PG-13.
ish.
I did have so when I was like 14, maybe 13, and my parents went to Hawaii for an anniversary or for something, and then my sister had this huge party. And this was back in the day where like one person had a part, like if someone's parents were out of
Mm-hmm.
town, it just started spreading. And then by Friday, it was a party. And so my sister, that happened, and there were like 200 people, and the helicopter was circling. The cops came, and
Oh,
somebody broke the
God, the
windows, and like it was
helicopter.
yeah, like it was. I mean, it's it was
Yep.
it's a quiet neighborhood. It was a big deal, and the joke was always like me and my brother, like we got yelled at because my sister wasn't home when they got home, and she was just so upset. I was at my grandparents' house, like I wasn't even there. But
Mm-hmm.
then, so like every time they went out of town for like the weekend, it was always no parties, no parties, no parties, no parties. And it was
Mm-hmm.
always like you can have a couple friends over, it was no big deal, but
Right.
no parties. And one time we had a party. And what was it, like 30 people, I think? And when Joey and his friends brought like half a keg, like it was left over from something else, they come dragging it in. Remember that? Oh,
Mm-hmm.
and like the whole time I was like, this is not like you guys have to.
You were freaking out. I
I was freaking
remember
out the whole
that.
time.
Yeah.
But like
We had like
third,
chairs blocking off the living room and, don't go in there.
don't go in there,
Don't
please don't.
spill anything.
Then I think a couple people were jumping off they were either jumping off the roof or jumping off the wall into the pool, and
Into the pool.
and I
Yeah.
was just like, I'm gonna get in so much trouble.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah,
Well, I mean, I had a few
it was
parties.
okay. Oh
Um,
yeah, you had a
and
yeah.
there's the story of the
Huge.
mushroom
The
carpet.
mushroom carpet, yes.
The carpet had just all been replaced like fairly recently. And I was so paranoid about getting the carpet getting spilled on. But they always knew because the neighbor next door, she would tell my parents like, "Oh, I
Narc.
heard noise over there.
Yeah.
There were a lot of cars parked out front on Saturday night, whatever." But I never really got in trouble per se. Um, like it was never out of control
Yeah.
like
And
that. It was all
this
people we knew, and it
yeah.
was respectful, and nobody like trashed the place or broke anything. But just I mean, I understand now why
Yeah.
you don't want a bunch of people in the house, and especially with drinking and whatever. And but I have photographic evidence of all of it.
I do too.
Pictures. Yep.
Yeah, there.
But yeah, I mean, it was just the thing you did. Your parents go out
Yeah.
of town, you have a party. So,
Yeah.
um,
Yeah.
well, I just did something 2 nights ago. Oh no, actually, yeah, two days ago. So I'm gonna like lean in. Can you see this red dot on my
Oh yeah.
forehead and between
Yeah.
my eyes? Okay.
Yeah. Uh-huh.
So well, we
Nice.
all know the story of my jammed finger picking up dog poop in the yard. So, I was opening a cabinet to get something out of it, and I leaned forward as I opened it and donk right in my head.
Nice.
So, I mean, just clumsy shit like that all the time.
All the time.
I don't wear shoes in the house most of the time, so kicking the table leg as I'm walking past it is a big one.
I think
Yeah.
I have a permanent bruise on my left kneecap because I hit it. Not hard, but it's at least 3 times a week I'm hitting it on something. Just knocking it, getting it out of the car, turning around in the office.
I take my
Constantly.
clothes off to go take a shower, and I pass by the mirror and I'm like,
Mm-mm.
wow, where'd that bruise come from? It's it's like in the oddest places,
Yeah.
So yeah, stupid shit like that is just a regular thing now. And yeah, okay, give us another one.
So I have a tendency now as I start to get loosey-goosey brain foggy is that I just make words up and sometimes they're pretty good bangers. And the one time when Zach was trying to, they were having some sort of gathering or something. I don't know if it was friends or no, I think it was a jujitsu. It was like the belt promotion, and then it turns into like a whole big thing. And like it's a production, right? And I was thinking of the word like party or production, and I just came up with the word hoopty and lolly.
Yeah, that's right.
So now
Hoopty lolly.
hoopty lolly is just it's now like our family, like that's if someone's having a shindig or a party or whatever, it's a hoopty. It's hoopty. If it's like unnecessarily exaggerated, it's a hoopty lolly. If it's just
Hoopty
a party,
lolly.
it's just a hoopty. So yeah,
Well, I mean, we like to use
Combine it.
tootle a lot. We're
Yeah.
gonna go
Oh,
for a little
tootle. Yeah.
tootle around
Yeah.
town.
Yeah. Priscilla used that a lot when I was younger.
Tootle.
Yeah.
My dad used to say pity pat, like when my mom, like he'd be still sleeping and she'd be up, doing things
Yeah.
in the kitchen,
Yeah.
straightening up, whatever. He'd say she's pity patting, around. That was his term. So I have one that it literally could have gotten me killed, and I think back. After it happened, I was like, oh my God, I almost just killed myself doing something stupid. So I was at work and I had this big ass heavy desk. And behind the desk was, there was a surge plug plugged into the wall. And I was trying to pull it out, but I couldn't get the right angle. And so I couldn't reach quite all the way. So I needed something to kind of pry
Metal pliers.
Scissors. I needed something to reach the plug to pry it out. So what do I grab? A pair of scissors. Fortunately, they had a plastic handle on them. I don't know that helped, but as soon as it touched whatever it shouldn't have touched, it arced. And I dropped it immediately, and I just went, oh my God, I almost just killed myself. Almost just killed myself. So the scissors, I picked them up off the ground, and the blades were fused together. Scissors done, gone. And I just thought, oh my fucking God, what did I just do? How stupid was that? How brain dead stupid was that?
That was bad.
That was really bad.
That was really bad.
Yeah, really bad. And
Now,
I just had to do one of these and
yeah.
thank you,
I
Jesus.
will say, I kind of did, it's just right. I feel like the absent-minded professor sometimes. I don't know maybe a year ago, I had a ceramic coffee mug that Zach made at like ceramics class that he was taking with Mark, that they had fun. It was a really cool mug. It was big and it didn't have a handle. It was like like a fish bowl, and like it was heavy, it's sturdy. And I just dropped it. Like it didn't slip out of my hands. Like I thought I was setting it down, but I was like a foot away. Like it wasn't hit. It just like what? Just dropped it. Fuck.
So I had also at the hotel, I had a wheelie chair on the plastic floor protector, and right next to my desk was the safe. So I would lean down and open the safe to get in it, to do whatever. And sometimes I'd have to lean a little further. And I can't tell you how many times that the chair slipped out from under me on the plastic, and I just went, it just leaned over too far, down. Not once, not twice, probably thrice, at least.
At least thrice.
And it just, I'd just be on the floor laughing, and whoever was up front was like, "Are you okay? What'd you do?" I'm like, I just leaned over too far and just, But you'd think after the first time I'd stop doing that. Nope. Just kept doing it.
Just kept
on
going.
doing it. Just kept going like an idiot. Another one that I did that could have killed me was, so the building next door to the hotel, it was kind of like a slope, and then the building was kind of down the hill. And in the wintertime, that's where we would push the snow from the parking lot. Well, the guy next door had a hissy fit because apparently we pushed the snow and it covered the vent for his dryer. So like noxious toxic gas was backing up into his house. I said,
Fair
okay.
gripe.
I said, we'll get down there and clear it. So smart me, I said, okay, it's a little hillside there. I'll just slide down the hill, clear it, and then just climb up his back stairs. Well, the snow wasn't packed down enough. I didn't realize how deep it was, and I kind of slid down the hill and was up to my waist. And I thought, oh God,
I'm gonna be here a
what the
while.
hell am I doing? And so luckily I had the shovel in my hand, so I was able to kind of clear the snow away and climb out, and then it was kind of packed enough where I got back up to the parking lot. But I thought, what the hell was I thinking?
Doesn't
I
it's
could
not
have
that
been
important.
buried and suffocated. And I just thought, wow, wow, girl, you are dumb as a sack of hair. So, I mean, another one of those, thank you, Jesus.
I would. I was putting lotion on my legs. They were dry. And there's like a little rough, like extra dry spot on both of my knees, like right below my knees, which made me remember why those little scars and those little spots are like that. And that is because in the middle of the guitar solo in the AC/DC song on my 21st birthday, while standing on a raised platform, I decided, I don't even know. It just was like I had to do this, and I slid across the top of the like bar.
I
I
think you
guess
did
it
it
was
at
a
Vern's
bar.
wedding, too.
I did also do it at Vern's wedding. But it was like the guitar solo was going and like something just came over me and I just slid it was not planned. It was not I didn't even think about it. I just did it. And then when I did it at Veronica's wedding, it was like the nylons were run. There were
You
like,
had
yeah,
nylons
it was
on. Yeah.
bleeding.
You're
It's
like,
like,
I gotta go. I
do
gotta
it.
go to
This
the
it's
bathroom.
time. Yeah. Yeah. I don't do that anymore.
No.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't, that, I, I don't know what came over me,
I
but
don't
it
know.
did. I
I don't
just, I
know.
felt the need, and that is,
Well, and there was a time when I was in college that I did get a little overboard um, with the partying. Um, I'll admit that. And there was one night. Now, my roommate and I had bunk beds for a period of time, and I slept in the top bunk. And there was one night where I believe that I overindulged, and I don't know if I was trying to get out of bed to go to the bathroom or what, but I rolled out of bed, hit the desk on the way down that was right
oh,
next to the bed, and hit the floor. And what woke my roommate up was she had a basket of nail polish right next to the desk, like next to her bed, and my feet hit that and kind of made a glass rattling sound, and that woke her up, and she was like, what the hell? And
not
God
bad.
bless her. I mean, she she had to pick me up and put me to bed more than she should have. But I it was probably good that I probably just went limp as I rolled out, because if I had
You
stiffened
didn't
up,
try
I
and brace
probably would
yourself.
have
Yeah, right.
hurt, yeah, hurt my, like they say, if you know someone's going to rear end you, you
Yeah,
should
you just
relax.
relax.
Like,
Yeah,
so,
it's
but
tough
I
to do,
had
but
on my thigh, I had two huge bruises, and under those bruises, like they were lumps for months, like hard
oof.
lumps of scar tissue and huge bruises on them. And I just thought, you know what? We got to dial things back. We're getting a little crazy
Yeah,
in college.
I
So,
feel like the moral of most of these stories is just don't drink a lot.
no,
Yeah.
no.
Which brings me to another one of mine. I think I was with Roxana and we were at a party or something, and I wasn't driving this time, which is unusual because I was usually the designated driver. So I let
Mm-hmm.
loose. I'm a little foggy about the whole evening and what happened, but she drove and she dropped me off. And in our house, you go in the front door and you go to the left down the hall. Then the master bedroom was right there. And then you turn right and go down the hall, and there were 3 bedrooms. My bedroom was at the very end. But at like 8 o'clock in the morning, still fully dressed, curled up in a ball in one of the other rooms, just on like I just went to the first bed I saw and curled up in a ball and just laid there. And my mom, she comes in at like, I don't know, 8 o'clock. She's like, you good? Like, you
What are you
okay?
doing in here?
You all right? Did you have a rough night? Apparently I did. Apparently I
Oh,
did.
yeah.
Yeah.
Well, now this one goes back to, I think I was in like fourth or fifth grade. And that's when French braiding was really big. And so one of my friends did my hair one day at school, and I wanted to keep it. I didn't want to go home and take it out. So I slept on it. And then the next morning, you gotta have to kind of
Yeah. It's
smooth
kind
it
of
out and get rid of the little loose
wispies
pieces.
like this.
So, I mean, you see this. You see this wave I have here. Well, I mean, it's always been there, apparently. And so it was kind of sticking out from the braids, and I was trying to, tame it, get it in there. It wouldn't behave. So I cut it. I cut like a piece of hair like this, like to here. And so then it stuck up like
Right.
this
Straight up.
because of the
Yeah.
wave. It stuck
Mhm.
up. So I was trying to, every night I'd put a barrette on it and try and tame it down. So, I mean, but
There's no
for
taming
months
it.
it stuck
Yeah.
up. Well, when you're in a house of older brothers, you're just a target for ridicule, no matter what you do
Yeah.
or say or wear.
Yeah.
And so that became a whole,
Oh, yeah, I'm sure.
source of teasing.
Yeah.
And they called it my goofus. They're like, "Oh, your goofus is look at your goofus. Your goofus is sticking up. Hey,
Nice.
goofus." That became a whole nickname for months, and I'm just like, thanks, thank you." But it was self-inflicted. So, what are you gonna do?
Um, Now I have what I think are actual memories of this incident, but there also could just be I was young. I was like 3, 4. It was little. So it was a 2-bedroom house, and so and my parents were divorced, and my mom and sister were in one room, and me and my brother were in the other room, and me and my brother had a trundle bed, which the bottom twin goes in and out underneath.
Right.
And I was kind of a wanderer when I was little. So like I'd just like be like, oh, I'm gonna go climb the tree in the neighbor's house, or I'm gonna go 2 blocks away and go swing on the swing. Like I just would go. Like that's
Mm-hmm.
just was my thing. And I wanted to prank my mom at 3 or 4. And I thought, oh, I'm gonna hide from her, like under the trundle. So like I got in as close as I could, and I pulled it all the way in, and then I fell asleep, like napped. And for like 2 hours, she was wandering the neighborhood all over trying to find me. I was
Mm.
napping. I was just taking a
You're
nap.
napping.
Just
You're
taking
just
a
in there
sleep.
nappy.
Yeah.
I think I
Yeah.
did something like that. Like you said, you're so young, you kind of remember. But before we moved to Point Pleasant, and we lived in Roselle, New Jersey, and that was a pretty, from what I remember, it was a pretty like city town. And uh, I remember my mom or my dad, it was usually, I think, my dad, we'd get on our bikes and he'd take us just around the block on our bikes. We had a yard and everything, but just to get out and ride our bikes around. And I remember, I was supposed to be taking a nap, and I wanted to go ride my bike. And it was like, no, you're taking a nap. So I just decided to go take my bike out. And I can't remember how far I got. I must have got like I think I got down to the corner and had turned the corner. And then I remember my dad coming after me, and he was not happy and, grabbing me and grabbing the tricycle. But I think it was more like fear than
Yeah.
anger because, they probably went to check on me or
It's
something. And, well, where'd she
terrifying.
go? Where is she? And, Yeah, and I was like halfway around the corner on my tricycle because I wanted a ride. I wanted to go for a ride. Or maybe one of the neighbors saw me. I don't know.
Right,
You
something.
know, so
We
yeah.
always had so the porch light was always on, and when you came home you had to turn the porch light off, and that was an indication to my parents that because the porch was connected to their bathroom, which is connected to the house. So when the porch light was off, it was easy for them to tell. And it
Right.
was so like I probably had a 11 o'clock curfew or something, and there was like we were just like hanging out with the neighborhood kids, and like we weren't doing anything. We were just like literally sitting on the curb, just like talking. Who knows what
Mm-hmm.
stupid stories we were telling? And I'm like, "Well, it's 11 o'clock. I gotta go home." I'm like, hold on, I'm just gonna go. So my bedroom had a door that led out to the backyard. I was probably 16 or 17, maybe 15. I don't know. I was in high school. So I'm like, oh, wait, I'll just be right back. So I went in the house, turned the light off, went out the door, and then just went out the side gate and just went out. And nobody knew. No one was a wiser. Like, I didn't sneak out of the house to like go do something or, climb in the window at 5 o'clock in the morning like we've done elsewhere. No, I just went and was sitting out in front talking to the neighborhood kids, just sitting around.
Yeah.
I could have easily probably gone somewhere else or done something
Yeah.
wild and
Well, see, you
crazy.
had your own car. I didn't have my own car. So,
Yes, I did.
yeah,
I did.
but I know, God. Yeah, we're definitely doing the PG version of this.
There's
Something that
too many not.
I don't know if I'm proud of this, but I'm pretty good at being able to pee just about anywhere. It's like if there's no bathroom to be found, I'm pretty
You
good
gotta
about,
go. You gotta
just
go.
finding a spot and going and not having an issue with it. I know there's some people that it's like they can't even pee in a public restroom. They have to go home to go to the bathroom.
Oh yeah, it's
And I'm kind of like, you know what? Just
there's a lot of
that
places I
bush
would
over there
prefer
looks
not
good.
to, but
Yeah. I mean, there have been some moments where like I'm not real good with porta potties
oh, they're so
or
nasty.
like pit toilets like at
Mm,
campgrounds
yeah,
just because they're
it's just they're
gross.
nasty.
Um, and a lot of times they're not clean.
No,
And I
it's
mean, and
yeah.
I'm not super picky. I can hover. I'm good. But, we were in Yellowstone. No, Jackson, Wyoming, on our Yellowstone trip. And we were at this like, you know, it was like a settlement, an old settlement where it was really good for photo taking. So we went over there to check it out, take photos, and I had to go to the bathroom. And there was a little outhouse type of thing. And I opened the door and I was like, oh, hell no. I closed the
Mm-mm.
door and I'm like, I'm going to go over there far away and I'll be back in like 10 minutes because yeah, I mean, I'd rather just go in nature
Yeah,
than
I
have to deal with really, really, bad situations there.
yeah.
So, yeah, I mean, and on that trip, it was like, okay, pull over. Right there's a good spot. I gotta go. Pull
Well,
over.
I
I
mean,
gotta
you
go.
got to do
Pull
what you
over.
got to do.
You gotta do what you gotta do. So I don't know if if that'd be considered a talent
Well,
or I don't know.
I
But
don't either.
I'm
But
pretty
good,
good at
good to
that.
know.
I'm
Yeah,
pretty good at that.
I don't. I'm never in a spot where that's really. I'm usually pretty close to wherever I go, and if I'm going somewhere, like, hey, look at it, my age now, I'm not waiting in lines for anything.
PC doesn't wait in line.
PC doesn't wait in lines.
SD
I
doesn't
don't.
wait in line.
Yes, I just like I'm not. I'm not going to places where it's overly crowded. I'm not waiting in long lines. I'm not driving in traffic. Like I am planning whatever. If I have to get somewhere 5 hours early to avoid sitting in my car for 2 hours by like I'll find a shopping mall or a thrift store. Like I'll
Hmm.
find something to do to fill the time to avoid the traffic. I can't do that anymore. So I don't
Now,
know. I
now
mean,
when I worked with my dad in West LA, and you never knew what was going to happen with traffic.
oh,
So I had my designated spots on the way home
yeah,
where I could stop and use the
uh-huh,
bathroom, like, a restaurant, fast food
right,
place,
yeah,
supermarket, whatever.
yeah.
So I did have those.
Yeah.
But yeah, when you're on a road trip, anything goes.
I mean, I
You're in
feel
the
like
middle
if
of
I'm gonna
nowhere.
be, Yeah, if I'm gonna
Anything
be
goes.
in one of these weird situations, maybe just pack a couple of adult diapers. Like, not that that's not, but like, I don't know.
Well, we always have a roll of toilet paper in the car.
I
That's
have
part of the
Kleenex.
emergency
Yeah,
kit.
yeah.
Yeah, or
All
something,
right.
because you just never know. But
I'm
yeah,
just very
I'm like a
rarely am
wild
I.
animal out there.
Very rarely am I in those positions. I put a task in my phone for basically almost anything. I'll put a task in my phone to remind me to start the dishwasher, or like their one in today was to shave my legs in the shower because I'm going to wear shorts tomorrow and
Hmm.
it's been 3 weeks. So like I have to, because I'll forget. And then
Yeah, that's good. I should
yeah,
start
so
doing that
yeah,
because
you'll see it'll just pop up, like it's just a little task pops
little
up and I
to-do
just
list. Yeah,
yeah, but I space
I
them out
try.
and I do it before.
Well, in the along the lines of trying to keep your memory sharp,
Yeah.
I will make a physical grocery store list.
Hmm.
I like to write things down,
Hmm.
but I won't look at it. And I'll go through the store and I'll try to
Okay.
remember
Yeah.
everything on my list.
Okay.
I mean, sometimes I do. Most of the time I don't. There's always one thing where you're
Yeah.
like, oh crap, I forgot that. And then, like, of course, I'm on the other side of the store and I got it all the way back. But it's like, that's kind of my little memory game to try
Hmm.
and, they say you got to do stuff like that to
Yeah.
not get dementia. So,
I mean, I'll write stuff. Like sometimes I'll sit down and I'll write like the whole week and I'll look at the tasks and I'll look at the whole thing and I'll just write it down so I can just kind of glance and see like, okay, which little, like, like, do I have pockets? What, like, is there anything super important? If I have like, if I have an appointment that's like 2 or 3 months out, I book the appointment and then I give like a 1 week reminder, a 1 day reminder. And if it's like an early morning appointment, I'll put a reminder for like the night before when I go to bed to remind myself, oh, don't forget, you got to get up early tomorrow. Yeah, it's
mm,
I don't I have to. I
yeah,
have to.
it's,
I have to.
I try to, yeah, I try to remember things without writing them down. But I'm at that point where it's like, I'm going to forget it. So write it down.
Yeah. Or like
And
sometimes
then
I'll
if
be
you remember it, great.
yeah. I'll be driving and I'll think of something and I'll be like, well, shoot, I gotta like write. So like, I would never ever touch my cell phone while I was in the car at a stoplight. Ever would never do that. I would do a voice one. Sure. Do a voice one. Yes.
Sure.
Sure. Sure.
Um, so we lived close to the bristlecone pine forest in the Eastern Sierra. And so it's one of those ancient petrified wood type of foresty places. And so there was one day where we decided to go see it. Well, the weather wasn't really probably ideal because it's the elevation. You're going to have different weather than when you start at the
Oh
bottom
yeah.
of the mountain.
It's like
So,
Palm
I mean,
Springs.
and no, it's in, oh,
No, I
it's
mean like
like,
that
you
they have
said,
the
like,
tram that goes
yeah, yeah,
up.
yeah,
It's
like the
like,
tram. Yeah.
yeah.
So the weather's different. So it was a kind of uh, not really a snowy day, but by the time we got up to the actual petrified tree, it was snowing lightly, but nothing that we hadn't driven in before. And so we get up there, and Tom says, there's another way down the mountain than the way we came up, and let's take that way down. It's shorter. It'll get us down faster. I'm like, okay, sure,
Sure.
whatever. Well, we
It's
got
not.
about 3/4 of the way down, and the road was washed out. And
Ooh.
so we had to go back up.
Ugh.
And there wasn't a spot to turn around to go back up forward. So we had to go back up backwards for a stretch until we got to a spot where we could turn around.
Right.
And this is the only time where I have actually felt physically ill out of fear, because it was a narrow dirt switchback
Oof.
road that we're going
Oof.
backwards up.
Thanks.
And I mean, the only thing that kept me from completely having a meltdown was, I know that he's a good driver and that he knew what he was doing and that we would be okay. But, I'm on the passenger side and it's like straight down and there's not a lot of space. And I just was like, I just had to close my eyes and um, just, I guess pray that
Yeah, I
we
mean,
would be able to get up and kind of go up a couple
and
turns and then
yeah,
be able
you
to turn
you did
around.
it.
And I was
You
just
did
like,
it.
oh my God. Oh my God. Yeah, that was a little scary. So
Well, I'm
who
glad you
knew?
didn't die.
I mean, I think about some of these episodes. I'm like, oh God, I could have died. Oh my God. Just
I don't.
stupid,
You haven't
stupid
lived unless you've
decisions.
almost died, right?
Awful. Okay. Any more? That's about all I have.
That's all I got. You know,
Okay.
I
I
mean,
think that's
it's
enough.
terrible. Yeah,
There's more, but
that's
that's for the after dark
yeah. That's for the
the after
underground.
dark
That's
version
the
of this
underground
podcast.
episode.
That's behind the paywall.
Yeah,
Um,
it's on our
all right.
OnlyFans page.
All right. So what you talking about, Willis?
So Mr. Lindsay, our friend Mr. Lindsay, who likes
Oh,
to take the
school's back in
words that kids
session.
are using, school's back. And so he gave us the rundown of what kids are saying. And apparently 6-7 is not gonna, he doesn't feel somebody tried to use it and like
Mm,
they all roasted the kids. So we
right.
feel 6-7's kind of gone away. But
Good.
I guess the kids are using the word LARPing. And I'm not sure what the context
Hmm.
they're using the word LARPing. I'm going to assume it's similar to what we would have referred to as like a poser. But I tried to remember, like, the first time I ever heard of the term LARPing and what LARPing was in the movie Role Models, which was
Yes.
hilarious.
Hmm.
But during COVID, I discovered that there's a whole group of LARPers that go to the park across the street from where I live on either Tuesdays or Wednesday nights. It's pretty
Live action
quiet.
role playing is what LARP
Yes,
stands
live
for. Yeah, and
action
it's
role playing.
people that are really into like Game of Thrones
Yeah,
or
that kind of,
Lord of the
yeah.
Rings type of
Yes.
cosplay. Yeah.
Yes. Yes. Thanks for that.
Hmm.
I heard a lot of like clacking noises
Hmm.
and I didn't know what it was. And so I took a little venture and went on a little stroll. And to my surprise, was a group of very delightful, nice people who, when you come walking by, they get out of the way to make sure they're off the sidewalk. And I mean, they were having a good time. I
Yeah,
just
they're having
didn't
like sword
realize.
fights
Yeah,
and
sword fights and doing. Yeah, they were having fun yeah,
kind of medieval type of
yeah, very
you
medieval
know
type of yeah. And there were
play
both.
fighting, I
Yep,
guess you'd call it.
yeah, both males and females, and they kind of ran the gamut of all ages.
Hmm.
There were some younger, I don't know that there were anybody. They were all at least adults. They were all looked like they were over 18, and there were a couple of like 60 or 70 years. I mean, they were,
Hmm.
anyways, they were having a grand old time. So hats off to them.
Good for them.
So
Now,
yeah,
I
so
always think
LARPing is making a comeback of
if I
sorts.
had gone to, if I ever had the occasion to go to Comic-Con,
Mm-hmm.
I would create a superhero character and I would go full out with a costume and
Yeah,
everything.
yeah, buy right into
Yeah,
it to
I
completely
would.
take it over. Yeah,
I would just be like, I'd come up with something,
yeah,
something. I'd go all in, all in.
sure,
Yep. Yeah, school's back in,
yeah. It's not for
so
everybody.
we'll
We're not
be,
back yet, but
yeah, the kids
we
here
did.
went back Thursday. I'm like, that's weird. And I was talking to one of my coworkers today and she said, well, it's kind of nice
Yeah,
because
the short
it's
week on
it's
the
two
front. Yeah,
days of the first days of
yeah,
school and then the weekend. So it kind
yeah.
of it's not like Monday where boom, you're in there and it's a full week.
Right.
And I was
It's an
like,
ease in.
well, that's the difference between our generation and some of the younger generations was we were just thrown into it. Boom,
Thrown
let's
right
go.
in. Yeah,
Let's go.
we like all of the school districts here are a little slightly off. Like they're not all back the LA Unified is, and I think some of the Riverside County ones are, but I don't think most of the Orange County ones aren't quite back yet. I think they start a couple maybe next week, and then the following week,
Yeah.
and then we're not back to the first, I don't think.
Oh,
A lot of
nice.
colleges are, they're all going back. So
Yeah.
it's starting to get there. The morning traffic trends will start to shift a little bit.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, and the parents love it because the kids are back
Yeah.
in school and they,
Yeah.
they have their schedules back.
Yeah.
Summer's tough if you're like my mom was always off during summers until she started working, she got out of teaching.
Mm-hmm.
So, but yeah, I can imagine it's hard for parents who are, working full time and
Yeah,
what do you do?
there's
So,
you just got to sign up for a bunch of summer camps, and then those are a
hmm
little expensive. And um, here a lot of the kids do junior guards, which is the
hmm
junior lifeguard program. There are a
Yep.
lot
I
of them
did
do
that.
it. They have to
I did junior
qualify, and it's
lifeguards.
not the whole day; it's only half the day. And
Mine
they
wasn't
all
at the
figure it out.
beach though. It was at the pool. We did
Oh,
junior
gotcha.
lifeguards at the pool. So,
Yeah,
yeah,
no,
I didn't
all
do
right.
it at the beach, but all right. Well, what you're talking about, Willis, is have you heard of fairy bread? Do you know what
No,
fairy bread is? So, it's
no.
an Australian thing
Okay.
that apparently has made its way over here, and it's basically you take white bread, you put butter on it, and put rainbow sprinkles on it. And then you cut it into triangles and they serve it at like kids parties, things like that.
Well, like confetti cake, but bread.
Yeah, but it's just white bread, butter, and they call them hundreds of thousands, but we call them rainbow sprinkles
Okay.
that you put on it. So it's kind of like a buttery, sugary. It's kind of almost like I guess our equivalent would be like cinnamon sugar toast,
Okay.
but the bread's not toasted
I mean,
and
I
it's
used to
just
put
butter.
bread on butter on bread and just eat it all the time.
Yeah. So
I guess, sure,
you
put
put
some
the
sprinkles on it.
sprinkles on
Okay,
it and
sure.
it's a party snack, like a cupcake, I guess.
Yeah, okay.
But it's just bread. So apparently it's becoming a thing over here, but people are taking it to another level. Of
Oh, I'm
course, as
sure.
Americans, we can't just take it and
No.
do it like it's supposed to be. So
It
people are
takes a whole
using
loaf.
Nutella. They're taking Nutella and all these crazy kind of
Mhm,
spread concoctions and not just sprinkles, but we got to put like
mhm,
all this fancy stuff on it.
mhm.
And so the Australians are kind of looking at us like, what the fuck are you doing? It's fairy bread. Don't fuck it up.
Just leave our thing alone.
And so there's one woman that I follow on Instagram, and she's Australian, and she's going through trying American candies that are not real popular over there and giving her review on it. So she did a thing about fairy bread, and she said, "Now here's the real recipe. You don't use white bread. You use like a rye or some kind of seedy bread, and you don't use butter. You put Nutella on it, and you use chocolate sprinkles." And I was like,
But then it's not fairy bread.
oh,
Then it's yeah. But like,
well, she was doing that as a joke.
yeah, gotcha. Okay.
And, but I just thought, oh, that sounds horrible. Horrible. But I would do fairy bread,
I,
I'd
I
try
mean, I would
that.
give it a shot. Why not?
Yeah, sure, why not?
I'm not going to go out and buy sprinkles and do it, but like if I was somewhere and someone's like, "Oh yeah, it's fairy bread, try it." Okay, yeah, it's
Yeah,
kind of almost like the Mexican bread, the conchas. Those
yes.
bread with sugar on them. Those are good.
Oh, the other thing was she said we have to freeze the bread so it's rock hard, and then put the Nutella, and then put the
Right. Yes.
it was hummus, put hummus on
Mm,
it,
okay.
and then sprinkles, and
Hmm.
then
Sure.
use a cookie cutter like a Christmas cookie cutter. It's like this is awful,
Just make the most
awful.
absurd thing you can make. Okay.
Yeah, basically, and people were like, "That's not right," and it's like it's a joke, people. It's a joke. Calm down.
Sarcasm.
So yeah. Anyways, so yeah, that's
Well,
all I
now I'm
got.
sure. Now I'm sure that that my phone has heard me say fairy bread. I will get lots
Mm-hmm.
of posts about it. So I'll get to
Absolutely,
see what it is.
absolutely. Yeah. On another note, I had a lovely surprise this week from one of our customers who she came in. I was working in the back, and they called me up front. They said, "You need to come up front. Someone needs to see you." I'm like, "What? Who wants to see me?" So all three of us, were up front, and she whips out these quilts that she made for all of us. I was like,
Aw, that
"What?"
was nice.
She's like, "Do you remember a few months ago I asked you what your favorite colors were? And you said that you were a Barbie girl at heart and you liked pink. So mine's all pink and purple and flowers and really cute." I'm like, "This is so nice." And it's got the little label on it, it's
Yes,
personalized. I just
I'm
thought,
well
"Oh, that's
aware
real
of the
cute."
labels.
I know. I mean, my
Yeah,
mom quilts and I've
yeah,
got some of her quilts, and
yep.
I just thought, wow, that
That
was
is
really,
so
really nice
adorable.
of her to do, you
Yeah,
know?
very nice.
So,
Yeah, it gives
yeah,
them something to do.
yeah.
I
So,
I I often would come up with when my mom was like she needed like a new project or whatever. I'd be like, "Hey, do you think you could make me a purse that looked like that?" She's like, "Oh, I don't know." I'm like, "Give it a try." So yeah, she's made me a couple of like just like tote bags and
hmm
yeah, yeah.
yeah,
Now she's like, "I don't feel like
yeah,
sewing." I'm like, "Okay, don't sew if you feel
yeah.
like it."
I have a placemat and a mug rug.
Nice,
I have a nice table runner. I have,
perfect.
three
Yeah.
or four quilts,
Yep.
and yeah,
Yeah.
all kinds of
Yeah.
fun stuff.
Yeah.
So, yeah, get your mama hobby.
She got one.
Anyways, that's all
All
I
right.
got today.
That's all I got.
All right.
All right. Well,
Peace in the Middle East.
peace out.